I'm Kevin Slider, and I'd like to walk you through installing the Excel Fusion Oasis App Suite plugin. So once you've logged in and created your Oasis App Suite account, we'd like you to go and download the Oasis Excel Fusion Exchange application from the QuickBase Application Exchange. That application is a very simple application with templates, tabs, documents, and logs table. And this is the core backbone of what you can use to self-service your own Excel Fusion template. But we'll walk through the Oasis process of adding the plugin. So if you go to plugins, you can see Excel Fusion. We'll click on that. This gives us the rundown of the product, shows a preview of what we'll be looking at and what we'll be installing. Let's go ahead and install now. This tells us that the prerequisites are to get the Excel Fusion application, which I've shown. Let's continue. Now, the first step is to set up a QuickBase connection. You can see I have a few, but we're going to create a new one. And a few things that we're going to need here is to name this. So I will name this Oasis Documentation, and you could give it a description. The other items that you'll need is the application DBID, the application token, the user token, and the realm. So you should be able to find that in an application if you go to the application properties, and let's say if I go to the application tokens here, you should be able to find all of the information needed. So my realm is this part of the URL for QuickBase, and the app token that I have supplied here is in the application. The application DBID is also in your URL. It is this string after the DB in the URL. Give us the application DBID. And your user token, I'm going to grab that from my preferences here. Not going to share that on my screen, but I will open the Manage User Tokens and get my Oasis token, copy. Let's paste that in here. Okay, so then I will have a new connection in here to use. So once I use this connection, it's going to say, okay, well, what tables would I like to map it to? So this is pretty easy because once I select the templates table, it's going to look in that table for the field IDs, and if it matches, it's going to map it automatically. So we're going to continue this process and map the template tab table to the tab table in my application. See, it's mapping automatically. I'm selecting the documents table, it's mapping to the fields. And in the log table, I'm going to select that, and it's going to map to those fields as well. Now, we do have optional SMTP settings, so I'm going to just put in some values here to get us going. But you would have, test at test.com, your password, and from address could be the same, test at test. So this is if you want to use a tool to email out the Excel documents, you would have to set this up to use your SFTP settings from an email client that you'll have to predefine. So I'm going to save this because this is now a configuration that is mapped to my target application. The application is grabbing these tables from the application that I have assigned to my user token, because once you do create a user token, you have to assign them to have application access. So it is set up to have access to my Exchange application. So I'm going to hit save and continue here, and it will walk us through the subscription process, finalizing the installation here. So I'm going to give this subscription my Oasis documentation. I'm going to select the first tier here, and you can see there's some details on what that means. I don't have a promotion code, but I am going to agree to the terms of service, and I will submit. Now that's all. We have some success here. Congratulations. It's created a configuration. Now I do want to install the launch plugin button in the application. So I'll click that. You can see it says after completing this, you can install the button. So I'm going to install, and what that's doing, it's going to look in my application and create that button for me. So now we have some work to do. Let me close this out, and let me show you. I do have a predefined template for this demo. So I'm going to add, or I'm going to go to the field properties here, so I can add a new field right here, and that's going to be the Oasis Launch Excel Fusion button that was just created by the tool, by the Oasis App Suite. So now if I go to the properties here, I do want to make sure I come in here and say, give it Oasis Excel Fusion as a title. Make it show as a button. Give it a nice color. Hit save. All right. And now if I hit save here, I would expect to see this button on my form. And if I do click this, it should launch from this application the Oasis tool, show me in the UI the ability to select any of my templates, preview them, and then for this template, I should be able to download and save it to QuickBase, and there should be a PDF option available. So I will click the button, Oasis Excel Fusion. You can see that it is launching the UI. And then you can see the templates have loaded over the side. So if I click on this, a preview loads. And while that's loading, I'm going to show you, I do have the ability to download this or to download the PDF version of this template per the permissions that I set at the template level. You can see a preview of the data that we're going to be pulling in each of these tabs here. And then I'm going to download this. And once this completes its process, it'll download this to my local machine, and I'll be able to show you that file matches the preview that we were seeing. So just give this a few moments here, and if I select this, we'll see the Excel Fusion document has been created, and it has exactly what we were seeing in the preview. These are just the designated queries that we're actually pulling from QuickBase into these tabs. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the demo and that you enjoy the Excel Fusion Oasis app plugin and all of the other plugins that we have on the Oasis app suite.